5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
And we're off on EJJ 92 Live with a custom-made puzzle. Michelle, you designed this one, right?
Yes. You'll have to wait to see the image on the YouTube stream. I'm just sharing it on the live stream.
Mhm.
Yes, it is from me designed something that I really wanted to do. It's in order to make a fast puzzle. What is fast? A collage of multiple elements, of multiple sections, gradients instead of solid colors. And then the theme is actually, it's called Puzzle Mood Board, and it's basically the little things that I tell myself. So we have set realistic goals and then crush them, keep on pushing. Where is your sense of urgency? I'm a speed puzzler, baby. Adrenaline rush, and don't forget to breathe. So that's
A couple of those sound very familiar.
yes, you just said a couple of them right there.
I feel honored.
Okay, so let's see who we have with us tonight.
Oh, wow. That's a really cool image. Oh yeah, I think this is going to be pretty quick because there's defined areas between each of those collage cells. The colors are very different, and then the text within those colors are pretty different. So this is very doable and pretty exciting to see how people approach it.
Yes, so first up we have Aiden from Switzerland. Oh, sorry, my list is Aiden from Switzerland, Alejandro from Spain, Anna from Finland. Okay, I'm sorry.
You can see that Alejandro is off to a pretty good clip here. I think he's pulling out the edges, or maybe he's pulling out the white block, that individual white cell that's over on the right-hand side. I think that's the one that says breathe. And this is one where some people are going to try to go for the full border, but because this is such a nice collage, you can really do this in chunks if you see it well. I think starting out with that pure white brick would be a good starting point if you wanted to, because it's the smallest cluster of pieces that are about the same that you can then work out of. And Ruperin is still getting through the flip, and it looks like they are sorting some of the edges over toward the right-hand side. You can see that they have kind of 3 layers of flip that they're going through, which is really cool. Anime K is finishing up their flip. We're coming in on the 2-minute and about the 3-minute line here. And they are doing a really good job. You can see that they're using both hands to grab a couple of pieces and store them in their hands before dropping them off somewhere else. That can save a little bit of time and transfer from the pile to where they're going to be working later, which is really great.
Yeah, sorry, I just had to do some organizational stuff in the background. Yeah, so yeah, as Jim said, we also have Anami from Switzerland, Anna-Louise from Netherlands, and Astrid from Denmark. But yes, we have 50 participants today, and yeah, this is the first of our puzzles that are not, sorry, the first 2 puzzles that we designed, they were using AI, what is it called? AI. AI. All the rest that we have designed are not using that, and they are using images from real people. And this is also the first one from the factory in Turkey, so it has a different piece cut compared to gradient blocks and the puzzle vibes, but it's from the same factory as Penny Puzzles, Sunshine Puzzles, the Budapest Collage, Enjoy Puzzles. So if you're familiar with those ones, it has a really great piece cut and a really nice feel to the pieces. So that also is something, one of the reasons why we did switch factories, is because I wanted to have a piece cut and a feel that would really help everyone to go faster. All right,
And it's so cool that like how much the cut plays into how fast some of these puzzles are. It's really neat to think about.
Yes, so we have Cameron from Canada, Carolyn from Germany, Catface Jen, I believe she's from USA. Yes, Jen Ludsford from USA. Then
Yeah.
we, so her first time participating in the EJJ. Well, so welcome to you. We also have Alina from Finland, Francisca from Germany, and so Francisca O from Germany and Francisca T from Germany.
Yeah, Jen, also known as Jen Lostby. She does a lot of Twitch streams every so often, where she'll go and you can watch her puzzle. And she's just a wonderful human being and is getting faster and faster all the time. And she was really excited to take part in the EJJ. She's been wanting to jump on it. So having the opportunity to do this very quick puzzle as this collage setup is really exciting. Cameron's doing an excellent job. It looks like they are. I think they've pulled the border and they're going for that upper left hand, that upper right hand side that's sort of that light purple color, which is really neat. Franziska doing the border in stages, which is really smart. I always like to see it where instead of just going line by line by line along the border, sort of a choo-choo train, they really do it in chunks that make sense quickly, and then you can attach those sections together really rapidly. It saves you a ton of time because you're working in groups that are a little easier rather than trying one piece at a time. Elena is doing a really good job. Looks like starting in on some of those blues. Carolyn has done that white section, and Francisca is doing a little bit of border and some sorting along the way. And you always love to see a lot of mixed processes.
Yeah, and what was really fascinating last night, we had the Felix meeting, and I got to see so many different ways that it came together. So some went straight for the border, others did it one color block after another. And it was quite funny seeing somebody, they finished a section, but they had it isolated to away from the other pieces, and then they just picked up that piece like it was a piece of toast or a slab of meat or something, and they had it in their palm of their hands, and then they just transferred it over, and then yeah, let it sink in. So it was just really nice seeing how all the pieces come together, and some people even did it sideways. So yeah, a little bit more harder to check the text, but yeah, everybody got there in the end.
No, this is really exciting to see everybody just do their thing, and this is like a big push right before World. So having one last competition to set you on a good path is really important. And I hope that everybody is saying those affirmations. So I know some puzzlers, whenever they see text on the image, they read the text or they kind of like try to piece the words together from what the font is. Do you think having those affirmations on the puzzle itself in any way is helpful?
Sorry, what was the question?
Oh, do you think having the affirmations on the puzzle as you're puzzling is going to help some of the participants?
Yes, because every time I get to the section, well, I've done it a couple of times now, but both times when I got to the section, don't forget to breathe. It was like I needed to be reminded of that.
Yeah. It's so easy to forget to do little things like that. I've talked with some people and remind them to blink every so often because you end up staring at the pieces for so long, and it's like my vision's blurring. It's like, okay, you're allowed to blink. It's okay.
Yeah, so we also have with us Freya. She's from Sweden, Fruzi from Hungary, Hannah from Finland, Inga S from Lithuania, Inga S from Netherlands, and Inka from Finland. And I always like Inka's background. She has an aquarium. I can see the fish swimming around. Yeah, so
Yeah.
some
Then
people going straight for the borders, like, yeah, and that's the other thing too. What I noticed is that many people started on the green. It seemed to be the easiest that jumped out when it comes to pulling the colors.
yeah. And I'm kind of surprised by that because the green looks like one of the larger sections. Um, so I'm a little surprised by that. But whenever it jumps out to your eye and you can grab it, go for it. If it's an easy gradient for you to play with, by all means, I mean, do what you got to do to get it in there. But you can see Hannah L is working on that lower left hand side that has those darker reds. And I think there's a really smooth gradient in there that plays well with the text, and she's just volleying through that really quickly. And she also has the full border. Inga almost has that full green wrapped up here. And both Hannah and Inga are world-class puzzlers that are gonna have a great time at Worlds. Fruji there is doing a lot of sections, a lot of chunks, which is fun to see rather than doing a border first approach. Um, and it's all about what your eye sees and how you react to what the puzzle is. We're just hitting 10 minutes into this, so a lot of these puzzlers are probably through their first pull. They have their first couple projects done. So then you reach this awkward lull of, okay, but what do I do next? And that's when you just take a second to go, this is my plan, I'm going to execute it, and then start firing away really, really rapidly and not let that uncertainty get to you.
Yeah, so one of my goals was this was obviously was to try to make it fast, but I was also really hoping for a confidence boost before Worlds. I mean, I know everyone is training with really hard puzzles. You know, we've seen peacocks and butterflies, a lot of landscape photos, a lot of flowers, and I think everybody deserves a break. At some point it's like, oh, why am I doing all these hard puzzles? Am I a good puzzler anymore? I don't know. Why am I time so slow? But that's the training part. So we're just hoping that everybody has a good time tonight and yeah, enjoys the puzzle. And another goal was that people can uh, puzzle well and puzzle fast regardless what your skills are, so that it's good for people who like gradients, people who like text, people who like collages, people who like to look at the box. Whatever your skills are, that you can find a way to, yeah, get a good flow into this puzzle.
No, this is definitely one that has a little bit of something for everybody, and probably a little bit of things that are a little frustrating to everybody, and that is what makes an excellent puzzle. Um, some people get thrown by font. If the text is a certain size bigger than the pieces, it can be a little rough. But the way that this sits on the pieces, it might be pretty straightforward. We can see Irina doing a really good job with the lower two cells there. Already has the dark red and that pink built out and flying through there really, really well.
Yeah, so on screen right now we have Arena uh, from
From the
Canada.
US, yeah,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Is it
US
Canada or
slash
is it the
Canada.
United States? Yes.
Yeah,
So she's Canadian, but she lives in the United States,
yeah.
and I guess she'll be representing Canada at the Worlds.
Hmm.
We also have Jagoda from Poland, uh, Kirsten from Germany, Lenka from Slovakia, Lena Beata from Norway, and Mandy from the Netherlands.
Yeah, it's fun to see how Lanka and Irina are basically puzzling inverse from each other. One going top down, the other going bottom up. I think somebody in the YouTube comments actually yeah, Kristen's mentioned that they usually puzzle top to bottom, and so that's what what kind of dictated the methodology that they were going to go there, and that's always great.
Yeah,
If you have a system, it can take some questions off of the table for you.
yeah, I accidentally skipped Kati, so I've put her on screen, and yeah, making great progress there. 3 boxes done already.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and Kati started with that white brick and then branched out into that orange one. What's the text on the orange one there, Michelle?
The text on the orange one says "Keep on pushing."
Keep on pushing, and then branch down into the pink. So you can see Kati is so good at playing with those gradients. This is basically a festival of slightly different colored skies. So a lot of people that enjoy skies are going to have a fun time with this one. We're only coming up on about the 14-minute mark here, and people are making some really good progress. I know in the chat some people have been guessing what they think the finishing times might be, but go on ahead and put your guesses in there.
Yeah, so we also have Maria Magdalena from Germany, Mari from USA, Mona from Germany, Natalie from Germany, and Netta from Finland. And one of the things I really liked last night was seeing the people who really like to sort. So yeah, if you're a sorter, then this is a great puzzling for sorting. And we had like these nice, yeah, piles around the table. And also it was interesting seeing how some people sort, because when I sort, I flip everything out, I turn everything over, and then sort later into the colors. But somebody just poured everything into the middle, and each piece they turned over, at the moment they turned it over, they put it either orange up, green to the side, blue to the side, pink to the bottom, and they basically worked like in a star formation, and that was really fascinating for me.
Yeah, those big sorts up front can be really interesting. It starts off slow because of that, because of the way that you're directing things, but then it can really take off. You can see Maria here did a pretty decent sort up front where those greens are separated, the blues, the pink, and then she's able to just go line by line and build out what they're going for. Mari's doing a really solid job here. You can see she has the full border, almost all of that blue cell completed, and a lot of that lower red one. That's a decent chunk of the puzzle that she's got going there.
Yeah, so we also have Nina. She's joining us from Denmark, Olivia from Poland, Paulina from Germany, Pia from Finland, Puzzle Talk by Rosa from Finland, and Rachel from the UK. And at 15 minutes, we're seeing some amazing progress with really nice sections coming together, borders looking really great, and yeah, also some sorting off to the side.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Rachel started off with that green cell and then branched down into that blue one. Those are, I think those are two of the larger sections there overall. And Rachel's definitely one of the top puzzlers. Taking a really well deserved break on this easier one compared to like doing some of those fur puzzles that I know a lot of people have been grinding out on. But it looks like Nina is doing a great job. Has that full border, and you can see that she's filled the middle in with two different cells. And early on, this isn't that's an okay that's a good move because you have easy access to the pieces. If this were later in the puzzle, you'd want to be a little careful not to block the box too much. But there's plenty of room there, and she's going to be able to build out. Olivia has this really great green and purple chunks and is building down. She kind of went left to right and then is starting to work her way down. I really enjoy this the different system these puzzlers are using.
Yeah, and I just want to point out as well that the borders that go around each of those sections, they're not all completely white. Some do have like, some are a bit more gray, some have kind of like a shadow.
Mm.
So even within the border, it's if it's bordering like, red on one side and blue on the other, it's not that it's the same the whole way down. You can also see a gradient within the border, which also helps. So we are now up. Yeah, so we started at A. We are now up to R. We have Rika from Finland, Sami from USA, Sarah from Sweden, Saka from Czech Republic, Steffi B from Germany, and Susanna from Germany.
Oh wow. And you could see this is a little bit more, instead of team green, this is much more of the team purple and reds in this grouping right here. These folks have started off on that right hand side, getting more of the nighttime colors locked into place. You see Steffi B has that upper purple side, maybe about 35% of the puzzle built up and doing a really solid job. I always like seeing where people put their piles. So you can see Suzanne has a little bit of a split pile, some on the left, some on the right, but it also has pieces sorted. And hopefully, when it's really well organized that way, of these are the things I'm going to work on immediately, these are the things I'm going to work out. It helps a lot. You can also see Suzanne has that blue section built out, really well done there. Sarah doing a great job. I think they're starting in on that blue. And Sammy Brownlow with Chambi has a little hat there. Sammy has almost the full border, and those two lower sections almost fully complete there. This is going to be a really close push in with a lot of folks. Oh yeah, look at Sarka. Just finished up getting the border in. She started out with a few of those cell chunks, but then decided to shift to get the rest of that border lined out. And I think that's going to help get the rest of those things locked in pretty quickly.
Yeah, so we're nearing the end. We have Tamar from Netherlands, Tammy from USA, Ulla from Finland, sorry, Estonia, Ulla from Estonia, Verena from Austria, and Veronica from Slovakia. Yeah, and I don't
Oh,
see anyone like starting just with the text or just with the frames, it seems like most people are going for one full section at a time. Something that I did see last night is that somebody did only the texts first,
Mm.
and then another person did all the white edges and the internal frames before starting with the color blocks.
Yeah, I think starting with just the text might be a little tricky here. Um, because in each cell, the more you can lock things in, the easier life is. But some of those text chunks are pretty straightforward, like that big brown the brown words on the crush them. That seems like it might play nicely. Ulia has a puzzle mascot there, giving a little bit of management tips, I hope. Veronica Vault has full border, that green section built out, doing a really spectacular job. And Tammy moving very, very quickly, getting that blue in. You can see she just did a big pull from the pile. I think she's going to start working on that lower left hand side dark cell there, which is going to be really good. And as we cross the 21-minute line, I hope everybody is giving themselves a little pat on the back and making sure that you're giving yourselves those affirmations, because that 20-minute line is where you start to feel the pain a little bit. So you got to give yourself a push.
So I've just switched to Vicky and Victor, and Victor has done the green, purple, orange, white, and red sections, only has the blue and pink to go. So Victor definitely pulling out as a front runner. Very exciting here. And yeah, let's see who else is in the running for the yeah, first finishes. We are coming up to, yeah, 22 minutes shortly.
Yeah, it looks like Victor has about 1.5 cells remaining, and it's that big group of blue in that lower right hand side. That's the purple batch. It might be a little tricky, but Victor is just really, really phenomenal on the color acuity. Um, I know a lot of people say Victor just has cut memorized for Ravensburger, and that's what makes him fast. He's also genuinely that fast. It's not just knowing the cut. He knows what he's doing on a lot of different puzzles in a lot of different ways.
Yeah, I mean, Yagoda has 2 squares to go.
Mhm.
Kati has one. She has the greens left to go.
Oh,
This,
it looks like the greens and oh yeah, just that one big green one, and then a little bit of cleanup. Wow, that is fantastic. Yeah, Kati and Victor are very, very close. Yagoda has 2 cells, the blue and the green remaining. Trying to see
yeah,
who
but
else can.
everyone's looking fantastic. I mean, this is amazing progress at, yeah, 23 minutes.
Mhm. Yeah,
Yes.
you can
So
see.
Yagoda is doing fantastic. Kati, Lenka, Inga, looking really great there.
Yeah, this is an all-star setup coming into coming into Worlds next week. So you get a kind of a glimpse behind the curtain as to how some of the top in the world do it here. You can see Inga's doing a really good job trying to get the rest of that right-hand side built out. I don't think she has a full border just yet, or some of those lower left-hand sides. But Victor is rapidly finishing up that blue section, and then he's going to move on to the pinks. Kati has just the green remaining and just a little bit of cleanup. I think Victor and Kati are maybe about even. Kati might have the edge here right now. Um, and it looks like Kati's already pulled the border parts, or at least the outlines of that green. So she's going to be able to nail those in pretty quickly. And we know that she's able to fill in rapidly. So this is going to be really tight between those two. Oh wow.
Yes.
And we could see Yagoda has just the green and the blue remaining. Did what you were mentioning earlier, Michelle, of like getting the outline between those sections rolling, and then grinding away from there. Uh, Lenka working on that orange gradient, really good sunset look right there. Victor has moved only to that lower right. His pieces are right next to where they need to be filled in at, so that's going to save him a little bit of transfer time. But Kati already has that red text built out inside of that green, and she is working very, very rapidly. This is going to be close between those two.
Yeah, Murray also only got 2 cells to go. I mean, I'm just flicking through all the screens. There's so many people who are, over 50% done at this time. So really exciting seeing it all come together. And yes, Victor on the final don't forget to breathe section.
Very important when you come into come in towards the close. We've seen so many puzzlers, they get close to the end and that adrenaline spikes and you start not being able to pick up the pieces quite the way that you want to. So making sure that you breathe and release a little tension goes a long way. But Victor and Kati, about piece even. I think Victor has the edge now because those pieces are right next to where his hands are, so he doesn't have to have that extra travel time. Kati trying to build through that gradient as quickly as she can. Checking in with some of the other people. Rachel Chambers doing a really great job. It has that upper corner and I think the lower right hand side that still needs to get knocked out. Murray Black making good progress and trying to get that yellow, that pure white line in and then can sandwich in and out. But this is coming down to Victor and Kati in the end here. And Yagoda springs out of the rest of the blue and is moving only into the remaining green here. Doing fantastic work. We could see that, oh, the screens are flying around, which is great. Victor puts a line in across the middle. And so now any piece he picks up is going to have a spot. There's no room. There's not going to be any ambiguity. Anything he picks up can go in immediately. I think Kati has the piece edge right now. Kati's only down to about 4 or 5 pieces. Victor, I don't think he's going to be able to catch up here. And Kati gets those last ones. She hit the buzzer. And I think she hit the time. Not sure if we have confirmation yet. Victor's still filing away. And there's Kati hit the done.
Yes.
Congratulations, Kati.
Yes, 26 minutes and 27 seconds. Congratulations, Kati.
Absolutely blazing. Phenomenal work. And Victor cleaning up those pinks very rapidly, using that gradient to his advantage, getting one piece in at a time. We could see all of the other competitors just flying here. We're gonna have a lot of really fantastic times. Oh wow. Yeah, I always like seeing how physical Victor is during his close. His hands just rotate those pieces so quickly, and he sinks it. And Victor locks in second place. Congratulations! And now remaining, I think we have Inga and Lenka coming into the next couple of slots here. Inga has that lower right hand, the lower 2 cells. I think Lenka only has the lower right hand one to finish up, and then a little bit of cleanup here and there. I think that lower right hand has given a couple of people a little bit of trouble, but she's making really good progress here. You can see that she's alternating between doing the upper part of the gradient and the lower part of the gradient, switching back and forth, so that way you can squeeze in from both sides the extremes of the colors, and it makes life a little bit easier to play around with. You go to finishing up those greens, a little bit of slowdown inside of that text, I think, but still able to charge through. I think you go down to maybe about the last 15 pieces or so here. Really chugging away. Hannah has those orange and pinks remaining. You could see that all those pieces are on the right hand side, right where they need to go in. It's a little thing, but it starts to add up over time, being able to get the rest of those in.
Yeah, there's so many people just coming up in behind.
Yep.
Everyone is doing fantastic. And I mean, can you believe that we just had the first finish with 26
Yeah.
minutes 27 and the second finish with 27 minutes 17. And
And
Yagoda takes third. Fantastic, Yagoda. Congratulations.
congrats. This is really phenomenal. And I know we're coming up on the 30-minute line. I think some people might be just in there to keep it under 30 minutes. We'll see if Lincoln can push just a little bit faster to get the rest of that in. Keep it right under 30. We're going to see Inga is blazed through that lower right hand side pink section. Inga is so good at gradients and skies. It makes total sense that she just demolished that section. And now she's going to move on to that lower left-hand side that's a little bit darker color. But I think Lenka is going to be able to wrap this up here. Can she keep it under the 30-minute line? We're going to see. Rotates those pieces just a little bit. Trying to get those last ones in. And Mari Black is left on it only has that lower right hand side to finish as well. You can see she's bouncing from side to side, trying to sandwich things in. I think Lenka hits the button. Congratulations, Lenka.
Yeah, this is
Absolutely
just
phenomenal
amazing
work.
times here. Everyone is doing fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah, for those of you playing at home, getting a puzzle done in under an hour is really really good. Getting it done under 50 minutes, fantastic. 40 minutes, amazing. To get it done under 30 minutes is superhuman and really phenomenal. But we can see that Mari Black and Inga are coming into the close here. I think Inga has the piece advantage because that's a smaller section, but Mari's doing a really good job to finish up. I think Rachel Chambers is also looking really good on the same section. They're going to be in a little bit of a roll off. Inga coming into those last few pieces, getting the text lined up. I think those blue that blue black text sticks out really well on that red background, and she's just nailing them in piece by piece, using both hands to rotate and sink them in one at a time, little by little. Mari speeding up here, trying to make time, but Inga slides in. Congratulations, Inga. Very well done.
Yeah, so we also had Alejandro finish and Inga, both in the 30 minutes time, and we just crossed over 31 minutes. We have our top six. Congratulations. And we have so many just in following in their footsteps. We have Hannah, Mari, Rachel, Astrid, Vicky, and Olivia all on the home stretch. Go, go, go. Here comes Mari.
And there it is. Congratulations, Mari. And apologies to Alejandro. I didn't have you on my smaller screen whenever we were checking things, but congratulations just to say. Well done, Mari. And there's Rachel just behind. Well done, Rachel. This is absolutely amazing. To have so many finishers under the 32-minute mark is bananas. Like these are some of the fastest puzzlers in the world for a reason. And this is what they do whenever they're given the opportunity to just run wild. Absolutely amazing work, guys. You can see Lenka coming, or sorry, Hannah L coming into the close as well here, making some moves. Astrid only has that green upper section. I think that that gradient in the green is a little more difficult to work than some of the lower sections, but the text there is a little easier. So it's this trade-off of what do you see in which case. But Hannah is blazing through that pink section. We could see Lynn working on the lower right-hand side, those pieces a little separated. Olivia doing a great job. Everybody's kind of coming into their last sections here. Vicky only has the blue remaining. Are we going to see more people finish in under the 35-minute line? I got my fingers crossed. I believe that we can do it. I want to see how many people can get in under 35. And Hannah finishes.
Yeah, Hannah finished, and sorry, I just missed Verena. She came in just a few moments before. Congrats, Verena and Hannah.
Congratulations. And this is one of the amazing things. Whenever you have a field that is this stacked, where everybody is this fast and can close so quickly, it's really difficult for the cameras to keep up with who's going to be in what position when, because it changes so quickly. So congratulations, Verena. We're super excited. And we can see Olivia finishing up those pinks right next to Astrid, trying to work on those greens. Vicky getting a boost of physical speed to finish up those blues. We're going to see how that who can run into the next slot. I think Veronica only has a little bit of that blue gradient remaining. Can she work around the text in order to sink the rest of it in? Olivia going one piece at a time, sort of checking the spots little by little, brute forcing it, but getting them in very quickly. I think Olivia might be able to pull this out. And Sammy Brownlow coming into the close as well, only has the blue chunks remaining, a little bit behind Veronica. I think Veronica's going to be able to pull this out. But 33 minutes, we're going to start feeling that slog stink, start feeling that slog slink into your muscles a little bit, trying to say, hey, just give me a minute, slow down. And this is where you breathe and you decide, right now, I need to make sure I have urgency in my body to finish this up. I want to keep going. I want to make sure that I finish as fast as I possibly can. We can see Veronica and Astrid neck and neck coming into the end here. I'm not entirely sure which way this is gonna go. I think Veronica has a little bit of a piece advantage, going to sink in those last couple of pieces.
Yeah, we
One,
just had after Olivia, Francisca finish. Unfortunately, she wasn't on screen, and then closely followed by Veronica. And now we have Saka as well. We have so many people on their last finish. Let's just take a quick look at Saka. Yeah, her puzzle is
Oh
done.
wow.
Congrats. So we've now got 14 finishes under 35 minutes.
Absolutely amazing. Congrats, everybody. And there's a couple of people in the chat already saying if anybody wants to bring this to Viola Deed, they would love to do it. Meineke, I think reach out to people. I think there'll definitely be some people that'll bring it, which will
Well,
be
I
great.
can tell you that I don't have any more space in my suitcase. However, you may order a package and get it sent to your hotel. It costs 16 euros shipping to Spain, flat rate. But I have no more space in my suitcase.
And Steffi B finishes. Congratulations, Steffi.
Yeah, sorry, we didn't have on camera Arena and Steffi B, but fantastic. Great times. And Arena was exactly on 35 minutes 00.
Oh wow, that counts. That counts as going under. If you're right on it, it counts. It's an inclusive number, not an exclusive. Congratulations, Irina. You can see Lynn coming, Linne, sorry, terrible pronunciation, finishing up that pink. You can see everybody's just moving their hands as quickly as they can, trying to get those last pieces in, trying to not let the adrenaline get to them too much. Sammy coming into, I think, the last 10 pieces or so. Anime only has a handful left in that purple section in the upper right hand side, doing it upside down, flip the whole puzzle around so that way they can get to it. Really good work when you're only dealing with the gradient. And Anime hits the button. Congratulations.
We just had a whole bunch of people finish in the same minute, and I didn't have them on screen. So we also have Francisca. Congratulations. And Rosa, thanks for keeping your cameras on that I can check it. And here comes Tamar as well.
Oh wow, this is amazing.
Congratulations. It's, as somebody says, this is mental. Yes, it's going crazy. All right, let's see. I'm just going to fill up the screen because I think everyone's on their way. Oh, Anna on her last pieces.
Go go go, everybody! I believe. One of the affirmations. If you're not good at giving yourself affirmations, just know that I believe in you, and I know that you can hit a fantastic time. Right, and I am cheering for you, and you can go as quickly as possible, and we think that you can do it. You're absolutely flying here. Maria finishes. Congratulations, Vicky. Dre, I'm not too far behind. Kristen doing a great job. This is having this many. How many are we up to now, Michelle?
26 finishes.
26 finishes. That just shows you the caliber of puzzlers that show up to the Euro Jigsaw Jam on a regular basis that can go that quickly and smash a puzzle. Even though this might be an easier puzzle, it is not easy to keep your attention and keep that physicality going for that long. This is really, really good stuff. Congrats, everybody. I can't wait to see how many people have hit a PR after doing this one or came close to their PR.
Yeah, let us know how this was for you speed wise. I know a few people wrote to me and told me they got their PR, so I'd love to know. Or is this one of the fastest puzzles? Did
I think
I go?
I think it's certainly going to be up there for first look fast puzzles.
And Rika is done. Fruji. Oh, it's just flying. There's like so many here.
Just a cavalcade of finishes rolling in. Tammy coming into the finish line here, so quick. I love seeing Tammy finish. Her close is so clean and methodical whenever she works through. A lot of people kind of panic and flail around, and Tammy is just so direct. She's like, no, this one goes exactly here, and wrapping it up. And Tammy hits done. Congratulations, Tammy. Very well done.
So people are
Jen
definitely.
Lunsford coming into the close as well, only has that lower right-hand side, is going to wrap that up pretty quickly here too. Oh, wow. I wonder if we're going to clear the room here. Are we going to have a situation where everybody finishes? And I really hope so. It's looking very possible.